There are many ways to block websites on Google Chrome that you don't want people accessing, and it really depends on what are the main platforms you'll be accessing the browser from, and also how deep and how secure you want it to go. So it's a lot more difficult for anyone to access those websites or get around those kind of barriers you put in place. So one of the easier methods of doing so is by using some third-party extension on Chrome, like for example BlockSite, but there's plenty of others out there. The way it works is pretty simple. Once you have got it from the Chrome extension store, simply just tap on its icon in the top right or in the extensions menu if it's hidden, and then you can use it to block the website you're currently on. Likewise, if you then want to unblock a website once you try to access it, simply click on Site Block again and unblock that website. So it is very simple to do, but also very easy to get around, which is especially bad news if you're setting this up for, say, your work's computer system, or maybe for a child you don't want accessing certain websites. So in that case, you can do something a bit more clever and secure if you are on Windows. First up, open File Explorer and then go into C, Windows, System32, Drivers, and etc. Then open the hosts file you find there using Notepad. Then at the very bottom of the file, after all of those hash signs, type in 127.0.0.1 and then the website you want to block. Make sure to not write HTTPS and www and all of that, just the domain and then .com, .net or whatever other TLD it uses at the end. Then just save the file and there you go. But let's say you want to do it over on iPhone instead. How do you do it then? Well, you can use Apple's integrated screen time feature to achieve a similar result. First things first, you want to go into your iPhone settings. Then, once you are there, you want to look for screen time, which should be near the top. Tap onto that and then scroll down until you see content and privacy restrictions. So just go into there. The first thing you see is this button to actually turn on these restrictions, so make sure that's turned on to unlock everything else on this page. Once you've done that, simply tap on Content Restrictions, and then you'll see a Web Content section right here. So just tap onto that, and then you can limit adult websites or also have allowed websites only. So while it's good in theory, the two options may not be the best, because it either blocks a generic list of websites decided by Apple, or you kind of have the opposite problem and you can only access a small amount of websites and you have to manually add every single allowed website, which can of course be tedious. So instead, what you can do is use one of the many parental control apps available for pretty much every single operating system. Apple, Google, Samsung, and pretty much everyone else have their own. Now, some routers allow you to directly block websites from it. That is usually done by first entering an IP address found on the device itself, then filling in admin details and blocking the website. And unfortunately, I can't be more specific than that, given how the process is different for every single internet service provider on the planet. So those are just the main ways that you can block a website on a browser like Chrome. Which method is best for you really just depends on what operating system you use and also how tough you want that measure to be to crack. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, remember to subscribe to How to Authority for more like this in the future.